In the previous episode of Hardcore Minecraft, I spent 3 days completely draining out an ocean monument in my hardcore world. All it took was a ton of sand and some sponges, and after a lot of grinding, we ended up here. So today's video is almost like part 2 of transforming my ocean monument, because today I want to turn this boring ocean monument into something really cool, but also something quite useful, as I'm going to be making a guardian farm. Also, yet again, this video took a lot of time to make, so please, if you are enjoying these videos, please consider subscribing and join the Wawa army. We're trying to take over YouTube this year, and we're getting really close to 3 million subscribers, but we can't do it without your help. Anyway, enjoy the video. G'day guys, my name is Woodsy and welcome back to another episode of Hardcore Minecraft. I'm here standing in front of my ocean monument. In the last episode, I drained out this ocean monument fully. There is no water in this entire thing. And today is kind of a bit of a part 2 because we're about to transform this whole thing into something a lot more awesome. But before we can get started on doing any of that, of course, I am obliged to do something else. And that's of course plant another 200 melons to our melon farm. So let's get started. All right, and just like that, I've added another 200 melons to our melon farm. Whoa. If for some reason you're new here, at the start of every episode of Hardcore Minecraft, I plant another 200 melons to this melon farm just to see how big we can make it. So if you want to see how big this melon farm ends up getting, make sure to subscribe. And now let's get on to today's project. Alright, so as I've already said, in today's episode, what we're going to be doing is transforming our ocean monument here into something cool. But first step, what I actually want to do is hollow out the inside of our ocean monument here completely. Because at the moment, it's still got all the original corridors and twists and turns, and it's kind of like not easy to navigate. So I thought what I might do, step 1, just completely tear apart all of the walls. Tear it all down. The amazing thing about these ocean monuments is only guardians are allowed to spawn here. So although I haven't lit up like this entire area, and this would be ridiculously dark, no mobs can spawn here besides guardians. So I don't ever have to really light it up if I don't want to. Alright, so obviously my pickaxe is at efficiency 5, so this is going like kind of quick, but I'm realizing I could make it go even quicker if I just went and grabbed a beacon. This poor beacon, it always gets stolen, but I'm gonna need you, so yeah, thanks. Oh, let's just set up a quick little beacon here. Bloody perfect. Chuck some haste 2 on that. Now we're talking.
Yo, you wanna see some real speed, bitch?
Wait, what is... water? Hello? I missed some water? Wait, damn, my beacon doesn't reach all the way to the back of this. I knew I should have just put it in the center. Why is there an enderman in here? How did an enderman get in my ocean monument? Alright, so this is how much I've torn apart of this thing so far. Honestly, like, not even much left to go. Yeah, this shouldn't be too bad. Shouldn't take too long. And this haste beacon has been especially worth it. It's so much faster with haste. It saved me a ton of time. Oh, so fast I can't even control it. Can't reach. Wow, not very much left to go now. We're pretty much done. Go, go, go before my haste runs out. That is it. That is a completely hollowed out ocean monument. I do think this is a lot cooler. So anyway, that was actually step 1 for today. But step 2 is I'm actually going to be making a guardian farm in here, because I don't want this build to have no like practical purpose. And guardian farms are actually really good for having infinite prismarine. All right, so unfortunately, the tallest part of the ocean monument is right here in front of the door. So like the only real place I'll have enough room to like build it will be like right here, kind of blocking our entrance. But it's kind of the only option I have if I want to have an efficient farm. So I've marked out this area in the center. That is where our collection area is going to be. In order for this to actually be a Guardian farm, it means we're actually going to have to bring water back into this ocean monument because Guardians can only spawn in water. So I spent all that time draining out this thing just for me in the very next episode to try and fill it back up with water again. So first step here, I'm just marking out the borders, the boundaries of our build. Everything inside this glass is where we're going to be filling it back up with water. But first I got to just build it all up. Alright, so on this layer here, I'm just going to add a quick temporary layer of blocks. Alright, and I just need to build up this center tube a bit more as well. Alright, and now in the center here, I just need to place a couple of fence gates and another layer on top of that. So that's to prevent the water from flowing down into this hole. And I also need to add just a few more in the corners as well. And for this next step, I'm actually going to need to go grab some more water. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, in fact, before I even start putting water in this build, just to make sure we're ready for if any guardians spawn, I'm gonna implement the collection room now. It's gonna go a little something like this. All right, and there we go. That's our collection area. I will make this look a lot more pretty later on, but for now, this is just kind of how it is. All right, so we start off with some water in the corners, and then following that, we chuck some water down along the sides here, just enough so it all pushes in towards the middle. All right, I think that's sweet. I think that's all good. Now, step 2 is to go underneath this layer, and firstly we're just going to fill the whole floor in with some soul sand. All right, and now that that is all filled in with soul sand, all we got to do now is fill up this whole section with water. This is going to be a very tedious process, but this is why I've grabbed all the kelp, because if you didn't know, if you take kelp blocks and you plant them underwater, it will turn every block it is planted on into a full water source block. And then that will mean it can be turned into a bubble channel, which will push you right up. So yeah, that's the whole idea. I need to fill in this whole area with water and then have all the bubble channels using the soul sand pushing everything up. And that way, any guardians that spawn in this area will be pushed right up to the surface, and then all the water will push them in towards the middle. They'll drop down there and die to the campfires. And as you can see, as I start filling in all around the boundary, it starts like automatically filling in all the way to the middle, which is good, which means I just have to fill in like kelp all around the outside. Wait, how much of this is filled in now? I filled in all the way to here. Get out of here, monster. Leave. Oh, wait. Oh, nearly. Okay, I went to here. All right, so next step. Now we can go ahead and delete this temporary layer of netherrack. Look at it all just getting flung into the middle. That's good. That shows that it's working. And now, final little step. This is really important. You got to fill in these water pockets underneath here. Around the edge, all where I broke the netherrack, I need to put some water source blocks as well. But now, though, I've got a guardian problem and I need to fix it. All right, so we need to chuck water there and there and there. Damn, this thing's too efficient. Stop spawning these guys. I'm not ready for them yet. Alright, an added little bonus to make this a bit more efficient is you can delete these blocks here, because I've found guardians do get stuck on them from time to time. And since you've got those fence gates there in the middle, guardians will just slip right through. And this is pretty much done. I'm just gonna like triple check that my water's all good and keep going around the edges with my water buckets. Yeah, that should be the farm. That should be it. All right, and that is now our guardian farm complete. And it should be super efficient because the only place that Guardians can spawn in this whole area is right here. There's no other spot for them to spawn. Oh, I've got to remember to get rid of these as well, though. All right, and the final thing to make this farm as efficient as possible is I need to go up 100 blocks or so. And then right at the top here, I'll make an AFK platform where we can AFK when we want to make our Guardian farm as efficient as possible. Damn, this is really high up. So right now, our farm is actually going crazy. You can't see, obviously, because there's a roof there. But if I fly down quickly and have a look, you'll see, look, there's so many. There's so many. So yeah, as you can see from that, this farm is extremely efficient. So what I thought might be fun is just testing out how efficient it truly is. I'm going to go AFK up on our platform up here for about an hour. And let's see how much Prismarine we managed to get in that time.
Meanwhile...
All right, the 1 hour is now up and it's time for us to check just how much Prismarine we've managed to get in the last hour. All right, let's have a look. Let's see. Okay, so this chest is completely full. This chest is completely full. No way. Even these two chests are full. That's ridiculous. So in just 1 hour, this farm fills up 4.5 chests of Prismarine shards and fish. That's actually ridiculous. All right, so I just crafted all of the Prismarine shards I have into some random blocks and boom. That's all the Prismarine blocks I got in 1 hour. But yeah, if I ever want to build out of Prismarine or use sea lanterns, we have tons of it now and it's super easy to get. So now we had our very own Guardian farm and the 3 whole days I spent draining out this ocean monument was no longer for nothing. And now we can finally move on to the next part of this video, which is transforming it into something awesome. Also, if you're enjoying the video so far, don't forget to leave a like to help promote it in the YouTube algorithm. These videos take a long time to make and it really does help out a lot. So now we can move on to stage 2 of this video, which is making this area look a lot nicer and transforming it into some sort of biome. And this is actually kind of controversial because I put out a community post asking you guys what biome I should transform this into, and out of a few options I gave, you guys actually chose mushroom biome, which no one was really suggesting. It was just an idea I kind of had because I thought it would have a really good practical use to it.
Wrong.
I thought that the mycelium in mushroom biomes prevented mobs from spawning on it, but it turns out it's just the mushroom biome itself. So I was gonna turn this into a mushroom biome so I could have mycelium everywhere and I wouldn't have to light it up, but turns out I was completely wrong. So instead, I'm going with the second most popular option, and I'm going to transform this into a jungle biome because I think it'll look a lot better. Also, can we just talk about why over 50% of you voted for a mushroom biome? Like, I have my stupid excuse, but just look at how boring this is. Why did you vote for this? All right, so the first block we're going to need a bunch of is obviously some dirt and some grass. That's what we always need with these bloody builds. And I'm actually kind of running short on dirt and grass. I'm going to have to do another build sometime soon where I dig up a bunch of dirt again. I have none left here. Oh no, this is bad. But as well as dirt, I've come out this way to collect a few other things. Firstly, some jungle saplings. We're obviously going to need some of those, but also some vines. But also I'm going to need a lot more of these vines because I want to create a bunch of like mossy blocks, like mossy cobblestone and mossy bricks. So I might actually have to spend a bit of time farming up some vines. All right, I am done collecting blocks. I've got a bunch of grass, dirt, cobblestone, mossy blocks, everything I'm going to need for this. But to start with, all I'm actually going to need is the dirt and the grass because step 1, I need to transform the floor in this build from disgusting gravel to amazing grass. So I don't lose the shape of the terrain, I'm going to start by just outlining the terrain levels with grass. And then after that, I will go in and color between the lines. All right, quick little progress update on our transformation. I've now done an outline of dirt and grass around all of the terrain. Cool little effect. I don't mind it. This is no little task. Going to be very time consuming, as always. And it's going to be very boring, very tedious. But hey, I'll do it. It'll be worth it. So I'm officially out of dirt and grass, which is a big pain. I don't know how much more dirt and grass I'm gonna need. I guess probably another like 2-3 shulker boxes. So I'm gonna go scour my world for more dirt and grass, but I'll probably end up having to dig some more up, which will be annoying. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Okay, so we got a bit more grass than that here at our melon farm, but I think that's literally everything I've got. Oh, wait. Actually, hang on. We probably have a lot of dirt and grass out where our villages are, right? It has been a long time since I've been out here. Probably like over 20 episodes. Yeah, we should have some dirt in here. Yes. Okay, but now I literally am out of dirt. And the only place that makes sense for me to dig up is, here in my melon farm. All right, round 2. We've got all of our dirt. At least we've got a little bit more. Oh, thought I was done. Hang on, missed a spot. There you go. That's the last bit of dirt. Now, as I go around here, you can see we're completely done converting this whole thing. I mean, that already looks a lot better than the gravel that was there. And I haven't really added any details to it yet. It's just grass. But anyway, from this point forward, now we can start getting creative. We can start adding some, jungle trees and some like details. But the next detail I might actually add, maybe to help blend along the edge here, because it looks a little weird how it goes from like grass to gravel. So at this point, I think I'll just go around the edge with just completely random blocks. I mean, it is very subtle, but I do think this half looks better than this half, where it's just the straight edge. I think roughing it up around the edges is definitely a necessary detail. And I want to give this whole build like a abandoned jungle temple sort of feel. So that kind of fits in with like the mossy cobble and cobblestone all around like the edges, and I'll have it all over the place. For my next step, I want to add a bit of a like pathway type thing coming out from our ocean monument. Alright, so obviously this is very just like straight right now, but I want to kind of shape it. We'll scatter in some just cobblestone all over the place. All right, yeah, there you go. So that's our little pathway out front. And I think what I'm going to continue to do is add these like stone mossy details before I add in like the trees and stuff. So the next detail I actually want to add is going to be all around these pillars. I just want to go around and add details like this, which go like around. It's like a layer of like stone around our ocean monument. I'm going to start off just doing this very roughly, just spamming blocks everywhere around all these pillars. Then later on, I'll come in with some stairs and some walls, blocks that'll really like make it look a lot more detailed. Yeah, for now, this is our next step. Now it's time to add some finer details. This bit is going to take a lot of time because I got to kind of put a lot of thought into this. I want to make sure I'm mixing up the blocks. And yeah, I'm thinking that makes it look a lot better. Look, there's so many details I'm yet to put into this. This is going to be a long process, but I'm excited. It's going to look good. All right, so I'm done decorating all of my pillars. What I might do now, I've grabbed a few lanterns. I might just go around and scatter a few of these suckers all over the place if I can find anywhere to put them down. I also don't want to use torches like anywhere in this build. So I want to go around the entire edge. Well, I want to go around the entire area and just replace every torch I see with a lantern and also some sea lanterns, because torches do just, they ugly everything up. They're just gross. Another thing is I want to add some like jungle kind of like tiki torches all over the place to line this whole pathway with some torches. And another little lighting technique I can make use of is using sea lanterns. Now that I have hundreds of these things, I can mostly just go around and replace every torch I have put down. This is good because I'll be able to cover all these up with like leaves and trees and stuff later on, and just like have all my lighting built in to the build, where I just figured out even better is I can bury the sea lanterns one block deeper and then just put a leaf on top straight away. I mean, doesn't this area just look a lot like cleaner and better now that like there's no torches? But anyway, we're slowly making good developments on this build. The next thing, however, is we need to come underneath here and we need to build this up in a way that makes it look good, because at the moment it's just an ugly hole in the ground. So a couple things about this. I'm obviously going to need to add a lot more chests. All my chests are already overfilled, so we need to add a lot more chests. We need to make the whole thing look good. Yeah, I'm a little overwhelmed. What I might be able to do is add like a little side room where we can add some more chests and stuff, because the more hoppers and stuff we add, it gets gross. So I'll add a side chest room here. What also might be a little cool for this area is if I added some like jungle wood, like supports and stuff. Give it a bit more of a man-made like touch. I think that'll look quite good. Ooh, even like just adding sea lanterns in the wall might look fine as well, actually. Even in the ceiling. Yeah, I like this little room down here a lot. Now, what I'm gonna do is continue on like this sort of design, kind of blend it into the world here. Now, instead of like fully closing off this area, I think I just want to kind of build up and around a bit. So there's still just like a, kind of like a ravine here. Now I'll try and like kind of curve the area around a bit. Kind of the real secret to doing stuff like this is just place blocks everywhere. The more blocks you place, it'll end up looking kind of good. And I think for fun, I might scatter in a bit more jungle wood into this. Right, yeah, then honestly, that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's good. I'm happy with this. Happy with like the broken down jungly vibe. All right, next step. I think it's finally time we got around to planting some trees. Time to get the real foliage in here. Let's grow some damn big trees. That's a bit puny, a little bit short. That's whatever. So far, these are all pretty small trees. That one's, kind of big. There we go. Now we're talking. Yeah, it already looks better. All I did was add some big trees, and it's already coming together. Why won't this one grow? All right, but other than giant trees, we can also get some smaller trees in here, like, you know, some oak and some just regular small jungle trees as well. Oh, that's a beast of a tree. All right, nice. Let's have a bit of a fly. Let's see what that's looking like now. Yeah, that's just so much cooler than a mushroom biome. It's starting to come together. It's starting to. But there's still so much more detail that you need to add for a jungle. For example, your typical jungle will have, I guess, bushes like this scattered around everywhere. So we should add a few of these everywhere. There's leaves and vines and stuff everywhere. That's the #1 rule. Yeah, not only leaves, but we can also add like scatter some bamboo all over the place. I'll go collect some melons later on, and I'll get some melons. It's gonna be great. All right, before we go too far with all of the plants and trees and stuff, I just want to go ahead and do one thing, one little cool detail where I'll go around and I'll add some random just pillars, some like broken down walls. All right, so I do think that looks a lot better. As I run around here, you'll see it's just kind of a lot more interesting with all this like stone and like broken down walls and stuff all over the place. I do need to go ahead and get some more stairs and slabs and walls and stuff and scatter it around because, you know, it is just blocks at the moment, but I'll make sure to make it super detailed and everything. I'm putting it as a lot of effort into the smaller details in this build, more than I usually would. All right, and now it's time to get back in here with the trees and the leaves. Oh yeah, that's a good tree. We have drastically changed everything now. Like, that is a jungle. See, from a distance, it just looks like a bunch of trees and grass. But then when you start looking closer, like, you see a lot of the finer details. And another thing I got to make sure I'm adding plenty of all over the place is vines. I'm starting to think this is looking really good. I just got to carry on now, running all over the place, bone mealing it, spreading grass, spreading leaves. I'm here at my melon farm to collect a few melons because, you know, I'm making a jungle biome. Melons spawn in jungles, so but once I actually have an excuse to use the melons I've grown, I really do need to get a Silk Touch axe to harvest melons, though. It would be way better. All right, and with that, our jungle is finally done. The entire biome surrounding our ocean monument is now fully junglified. It's maybe a bit of a mess, but you know, that's what a good jungle is. So we've got all this done. Now I guess there's only one last change I kind of want to try, and that's something to do with actually like changing our ocean monument. I probably want to tidy up all these torches, but I'm thinking maybe I'll like go around and replace like large chunks of this thing with like some of the mossy stone bricks and stuff to kind of junglify it up a bit more. I mean, that's just a very small section, but let's just have a look at that and see like what it looks like. Oh yeah. I think I've fairly evenly spread some stone around the whole build. You know, from every angle that you look at it, there's definitely some weathering going on. I mean, the only other thing would be maybe just like laying a whole bunch of leaves over it. Then finally, after working on this ocean monument for such a long time, I can finally say it's done, at least for now. So I thought what might be cool is if we took a step back in time and watched just how I managed to transform my ocean monument over the last week. Enjoy. I believe our brand new transformed ocean monument is complete. Let's get a good aerial view of this sucker. Like, look at that. That's a transformation. I mean, just look all the way around here. Like, look how much has changed since the start of this episode. I've put so much work into this. I don't know, it may look a little messy, but I'm definitely happy with everything I've done. I think it looks awesome, and I think it looks much better than if it was a mushroom biome. Thank you all so much for joining me on this mission today. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like and also subscribe. All the recent support has been amazing. Also, make sure to leave a comment with your suggestion for what build I should do next, and I'll make sure to catch you in the next one. Cheers.